Hello guys, welcome back. So Asmodeus is happy. He's my little spoiled Persian prince. He's wagging his little tail in delight because Odin got yeeted out and a lot of the Norse gods got yeeted out. We're going to have a thing where I'm going to be spending a lot of time with the demons and we're going to be, deciding things. They all tried to argue, predictably. Everybody tried to argue in Odin's favor because we were so closely attached last night. I tried teaching him at Sesame Street level because I drug Loki by the ear to the town hall, the CNN and Sesame Street town hall, and watched it. And Loki really didn't cause any of this trouble, but I'm like, you gotta watch this. And Loki loves all people from all over the world. He's not the problem, but I'm like, you need a reminder of just why your brother's wrong. So we watched that, and he loved it, and was just as adorable and heartbreaking as you think it would be, because who wants to explain this to a tiny baby, right? And we watched that, and I explained almost all night long to this racist old man why he's wrong, and why all gods are equal, and why all people are equal, and why being with the elite is a problem, especially when the elite are corrupt and cruel and don't care about the rights of the people. I said, that's not being a good leader. That's not being a good wolf. And I'm trying to explain it in wolf pack dynamics, and I'm trying to explain it everything, and he's not getting it because he don't want to. He doesn't want things to change in the house, or he didn't because he's no longer here. He didn't want things to change. He liked being in power, and he liked the idea of an all Norse household. He liked not sharing, and he liked talking down about all the other gods. And, he would let you get attached to a god, and then he'd yank them away, kind of like one of his power things, right? Because he had all the power. And he said some very unfortunate things about my little Persian prince, which I didn't like at all, because Asmodeus is absolutely loyal, and you saw how long it took Asmodeus to trust me and love me enough to become attached. And with Mammon too, Mammon's actually the one that helped me. There was more that went on that I didn't tell you guys about because it sounded like Fantasyland, but Mammon's actually the one that helped me. And Mammon was very pleased to help me, didn't even want to take credit, but I realized it was Mammon that helped me. And so Mammon's already back in charge of finances, and he's being a little bit more liberal because he saw some of the struggles I was going through, and he saw all the stuff that I'm trying to do, and so he's going to be back in charge of finances, and we'll decide today if it warrants going out for a burger or not, because Loki's vaguely here and Loki's vaguely not here, but we are reminding ourselves that coronavirus is still a thing, even though we're greenlit in this area. Coronavirus is still a thing, so we're trying to decide, and we are trying to decide on the little game package because we saw a little game package and it wouldn't be much, and it would give us 6 or 7 really terrible games to bring you guys. And I think there's like 8 games in the package, and we already played 2 of them because this is a developer I played before. In fact, I played the game of them yesterday. Well, they have a package with all their games in it. It's only a couple bucks, so we're looking at it. And that would give us a bunch of games to parcel out and bring to you guys if we can get them to run. I had to really fight one of their games to get to run. It was White Mirror. I had to really fight that thing to get it to run. It took like 3 or 4 days before I could finally get it to run well enough to make a recording. So yeah. Um that developer, and apparently some of these games run, some of them don't run, so it's we're debating it back and forth, but there's something kind of endearing about how different these games are, so we're thinking that for you. But at a time when we're fighting for equality, which we should be, in a time when we're still having march and protest and people are still fired up, which they should be, Odin just picks really unfortunate timing for his stuff, and unfortunately, as one of you commented, Odin likes to align himself with the people in power, so do the Aesir. And they tend to be people that are rather cruel to the people beneath them and the people struggling, and they really don't care about the struggles. And I tried everything I could to explain to Odin. I said, look, the current leadership in this country wouldn't care if I lost everything today. If I lost everything today and it wouldn't get them reelected, they wouldn't give 2 shits if I was out on the street and I had nothing to eat and I had no home to live in. I said, they wouldn't care about me because I'd be poor. Now, if I would suddenly win the lottery and I would move into some kind of grand estate, then suddenly they would care about me. Don't you get what they care about? They want money and they want power and they want all the right people to love them. They're only trying to very messed up way court the black vote because they need the black vote. But I said, they don't care about black people. They don't care about poor people. They don't care about people struggling to find work. They sure as hell don't care about anybody dying of coronavirus. I said, aren't you getting this yet? They're so elite and they're so detached from reality that they think their reality is everybody's reality. It's like I have this uncle he's a warm and loving guy, but he doesn't understand why everybody else doesn't have horse stables and a maid, as one does, and go to Europe on vacation all the time. And I'm thinking, you really don't understand how other people just don't magically have money. There are rich people that don't understand how the hell the rest of us didn't just go out magically get money. And we tried and we worked our asses off, right? And it just has never worked out in our favor. It's luck, it's breaks, it's who you know, it's a lot of factors that nobody ever wants to talk about. And for every success, there are people that are just, treading water. At least we're happy to tread water. So I'm really disappointed in him. And I wish I could tell you with all my heart that Odin would never condone anything terrible, but racist old grandpa. And, it was unfortunate because the Loa came back in and I was just absolutely bawling. And Ogu does not like tears. Ogu does not. And he's like, I know. And he says he can dance you like a puppet because you're so attached to him and you two were attached at the hip. And really, if he wasn't the way he was, none of the other gods would be interfering because something gods recognize that kind of attachment, something. And he said, but when one of you is so wrong and one of you is so corrupt, then the other gods will feel free to come in and sever any connections because they said, that's unhealthy. The one partner will end up corrupting the other partner. And I think it was kind of like the gods were hoping I would bring him around. I said, he's beyond hope because he doesn't want help. I said, he hasn't hit the bottom of the barrel yet. And I said, he'll hit the bottom and he'll start to dig. And I said, he won't hit bottom until he hits bottom and he chooses he has hit bottom. And I said, if I have to let him go, I have to let him go. I said that he's part of the reason we can't wear a Thor's hammer in public and we can't, wear other stuff in public. And you can get away with a lot of Viking stuff now because of the Viking series, thankfully, but, he is part of the reason people can't be open about working with him. And I said, he always does this at times when he has been given more stuff. Like, remember, I had put the Volknut and I put, like, the ravens in the bathtub and I put the Yggdrasil. And it took me the longest time to trust him enough to think that this was all about Nordic and all about good and all about right. And then he goes and he bees racist grandpa as he does. And I said, no. The Norse gods started it with wanting all of June, and I said, no. I said, it's forced captivity. I'm not happy. This isn't right. I know it's not right. I said, our whole family matters, not just the Norse. So, but the demons are happy. Asmodeus has been wagging his little tail back and forth, like, it's really cute. And all the demons are happy, and Satan's kind of celebrating. And we're going to kind of maybe celebrate by the terrible pack of games for you guys. And, it's kind of sad that it didn't work out. And I'm kind of sad I couldn't reach Odin. But, I have to remind myself I'm not God. I can't work miracles. And they all felt sorry for him, and they all wanted him taken back in. And, when Odin wants something, he can really will, like he's dying. And I said, no. I said, no. I said, I'm going to give it like a month. I usually give stuff a month. But if it stays this way for a month, then we will start taking all the Nordic symbols down, though Loki is still tentatively here. Loki's here, but he and I have discussed it, and, he knows his brother was attached to me, and I was attached to his brother, but he doesn't want to see one of his people poisoned to death either, and he doesn't like the way his brother leans with me. I get to see those parts of Odin that nobody wants to ever see, the parts that, like, Fox News Odin, and people might be going, oh, Fox News, it's not that bad. They had a segment, and I will not tell you where to find it, about why can't we have a White Lives Matter Day, and holy fucking shit, are you that detached from reality? And before you get upset, this was like before one of the elections, but still, why can't we have that day? Because that is the most fucking racist thing we could do without celebrating Confederacy and Nazi Germany. That's why. Oh my god, really? Seriously? White lives matter? Oh my fucking god. It's why, when you hear all lives matter, you think, oh my god, that's so sweet. Yeah, all lives matter. Oh, that's what you meant. Oh, you're a bad person, is what you are. And I was thinking, it's like one of those things case me up, and I'm like, oh my god, did I ever pin that thinking they meant all lives matter, and that's so beautiful because all lives do matter, and then you find out it's just so they don't have to say Black Lives Matter, and you're like, no, why is everything racist? So we got a lot of growing to do as a species, and I'm glad the movement's keeping off because what's afraid of is white people have the attention of mayflies. We know we do, and we get into stuff and we get really fired up, and then we kind of get like bored and we walk away. But so far, the movement seems to be going forward. So I do believe change is coming, but I don't believe it's going to be easy because if it was easy, we would have done it already. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. And I would apologize for getting off topic and talking more about current events, but current events are pretty damn important right now. So I will see you guys later. Bye bye.